Okay, I'm putting some high flow manifold on, and I didn't realize this. This came off of another engine that I used as a donor engine for the one I'm doing. But these are high flow manifolds. These are stock manifolds. If you look, you can kind of see it looks way more restrictive. This looks way more smooth as far as, you know, how the airflow would go through it. If you look, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. You can kind of see it's like a smooth bore all the way through. Versus this one, you look through the bore, there's a lot of restrictions. It's kind of crooked, that kind of thing. Doesn't look the best. So in doing so, what I figured out, you can see there's a huge difference in height. See how much more arc this gets on it? But what I found is here's the old exhaust gaskets that came off of this, and notice how these tabs are smashed. So it was probably sealing, but it could be kind of a pain to line up and that kind of thing. They actually do sell, you can see where it's smashed there, different gaskets for these high flows. If you look right here, when you lay these in here, oh, let's see, let me get it on the right way. Right here, these little divots go down in here. Well, when you move it over here, it hits. This piece hits here. Here's a one that hasn't been bent. That fits in there nice and tight. If you can see that lip right there. If I were to put that down here, see the holes don't line up, right? So what I figured out is you take a pair of tin snips or go get the right gaskets. But what I did with a pair of tin snips is I just came in here and cut this edge out on all four of the edges. Makes a sharp point, so you probably want to have gloves on when you do this. But now you can see it fits that one still, but this one, it sits flat now and the holes line up. You can just look at the size of these versus these, and they're just a way heavier manifold. The other thing that's nice is they come pre-drilled with the for the exhaust temperature probe. Like on mine, there was a flat spot right here. If you can, it's hard to see, but what I've done is I drilled that out, and then I tapped it to a 1/8" pipe thread, and here's my 1/8" pipe thread, so that'll thread in there. What you normally do is put this probe adapter in, so we'll do that in a bit. But anyways, I'm just going to put these in here so I don't forget about it. I actually put dual probes on this one. Makes it pretty nice because you can tell what the exhaust temperature is doing from one bank to the other. You see this? Well, they come pre-drilled. I go ahead and put my probe in, and we're good to go. You look at this side, it's got a flat spot as well, so I could actually put two probes in if I wanted. I'd have to drill that. I'm not sure why you'd want to, but maybe for safety's sake if your sled pulling, something like that. But you can see this just goes ahead and threads in there. I'll anti-seize it before I do it. Other thing is the high flow pipe. You can see the difference here. This is a lot smaller versus this one. You know, just looking at them, they're heavier duty. This one actually looks a little longer. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it must have to be a little longer to fit with the new manifolds. You just look at them, they're a lot heavier looking, you know, versus this. Kind of tinny looking. One of the tricks on an LBZ is you can use the LMM manifold. I believe it's a passenger side if you do a delete kit, but here's the other side. So there's the factory one. You can see it just looks not quite as stout as this one does. Quite a bit stouter deal. So that's what a high flow pipe output for Duramax. They say your exhaust temps and stuff will be way lower using those.